I'll tell you when we're live. And we're live. So you can do whatever. I know you're trying to
Is there any way I can look at it, or is it just on your thingy?
It's just private. So there's no way you can look at it unless I invited you to it. Did Finn just leave the call?
Hi, can you hear me?
No, yeah, you're there. You're there.
You're still here.
Cool.
So I'm just dealing with something really quick.
This damn cheese stick won't open. What in the hell?
I have like an hour to like an hour and a half, by the way.
That's fine. I mean, I think the main thing we'll talk about is toy news from Fan First Friday that just happened, and probably what Alex sent in the group chat today. And then screen time. I mean, there's not much to talk about besides that Mando just keeps releasing episodes, and Alex might have some other stuff that's coming out. But in Toy Haul, I mean, I know mine is really short, so I'll be fine there.
So what did Alex send in the group chat today?
Some news about. I gotta relook at it, but Alex, you want to say what it was? Let me look.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is this episode 21?
Yes. Where was it? I just saw it. Oh, sorry, not movie. I meant toy news. The Liu Kang from McFarlane.
Oh my God, that looked terrible, bro.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Bro, can I just say, dude, that new Kang figure is so good.
Kang, right? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is good.
Oh my gosh, dude. I freaking... Hold on.
Finn, we should probably start recording soon, though.
Okay, kids. Hello?
We can hear you.
Can you see me, my beautiful face?
I wish I couldn't, but I can.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Okay. Personal stuff dealt with. This is episode 21, right?
This is episode 21. Yep.
Perfect. Also, I think I'm going to be doing some tweaks to the formatting. I like the intro, but I think I'm going to change up the outro eventually.
Okay, cool.
It's kind of annoying me now.
Be good people.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate it. I'm gonna keep taking toy pics, but I don't know what I'm gonna do at the end.
You're good. All right, we can run the intro whenever you're ready.
Okay. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 21st episode of ShutterBugs, the show where 3 toy photographers talk about everything and anything geeky. My name is Finn, and I'm joined today by my wonderful, wonderful, amazing co-hosts, Aiden.
What's up?
And Alex.
Hey, you already know who it is. It's good.
Wow, I was looking for the traditional intro there, and we didn't get it.
Switching everything up today, bro. Everything's getting switched up. Alex is here. He's back, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Oh, we're happy to have you, man. So these last few episodes have been a mix-up of just guests and Aiden and me, and now Alex is here, so we are finally getting back to normal with our episode formatting. Isn't that exciting? I'm happy to be here.
Very exciting.
First of all. Yeah, we have a really fun show lined up for today. We're going to be doing our normal formatting. You know, I obviously have some good stuff in pickups. We have some fun toy news, some screen time, I think. So and some amazing constructive critiques and favorites. So I'm ready to get into that. How about you guys?
One thing before we get into it, let's just admire that this is the 21st episode shortly after your 21st birthday.
Whoa, that's so true. I didn't even think about that. Yes, that's everyone. I know you guys have been wondering. I did just turn 21 last month, so.
And he's a heavy drinker now, so everyone beware.
No way. I am. What do you call it? I don't know, moderate, I guess is a word. I don't know. I always said moderation. Aiden, come on.
Oh, that's funny.
So, Alex, what have you been up to, buddy? It's been a minute since you've been on here.
Meth.
I wouldn't think anything else.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, I think we're going to go into
what have you been doing, bro?
Yeah, I just told you.
I know you've been writing. I know you've been prepping up for Doom World. You excited? I'm excited about that.
Nah, I just went straight to meth now, bro.
Thanks. Okay, sick. Well, good to know. If you guys want, we can first of all plug our stuff. If you guys want to follow us on Instagram, you can follow us at FinnAiden. on Instagram at Alex N. Richardson and at A1 Groundwalker. We'll have all of this stuff in the
I'm
description.
trying to imagine who's listening to this show that doesn't follow any of us. Like who stumbles upon
Hey,
this show.
you never
in
know.
the future, people could back.
Well, on YouTube wise, I mean, I think that's where people would somewhat not. I mean, Apple Podcasts, I guess, depends on like if it would come up or not. But definitely YouTube,
Yeah,
like recommended,
probably
someone could stumble on it.
Yeah, I think you're right. And you know, if you're on YouTube, you can also go on iTunes and leave us a review. A positive one would be awesome. And then you can also write us emails at shutterbugspodcast@gmail.com. To this day, I don't think we've actually gotten an email. Maybe Ryan, I think, one time. I don't really remember. It's been so long.
No, actually, I want everyone to leave their nastiest reviews possible on iTunes.
Yeah,
Just
not
wanna
nasty as mean, though, like sexual reviews. Like, that's what he
No,
wants.
what?
Oh my
Whoa.
God! Wow.
Finn knows how to ruin a good bit. He just knows how to just completely ruin it.
It wasn't good till I stepped in.
I actually wanted to just read like some really like scathing reviews of this show.
There's
Maybe,
one. There's one on there, and it roasts all of us.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
right.
Alex, I didn't mean to gentrify your joke, bro. That was my bad.
Okay.
Witty comedy from Finn, everyone.
I'm sorry. I'm trying, Alex. You're not giving me much here.
With all the
Oh
great
my
comedy,
God,
let's.
the wit. Whoa, I can't. Whoa.
I think
it just feels good here.
we are ready for
I miss
toy
you, bud.
news.
Toy news? I thought we were gonna get straight up into our pickups.
I
And
meant
binges.
that's what I meant. Pickups and binges.
Have some good stuff. I'm starting us off today. This
Apparently
week,
you are,
you know.
Yes.
I have been picking up a bunch of Legends and stuff lately. I'm not gonna go over everything, but I've got some cool Black Series. I got some of the new clones, the Phase 1 ones. They're awesome. I really like them a lot. They feel a little bit, I don't know, they're like equally as detailed as the Stormtroopers and stuff, but for some reason they just feel a little bit less like polished.
They
Like,
feel
I like
bare.
some What'd you say?
They feel bare, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think also because Stormtrooper's plastic is a harder plastic and glossier, it like kind of adds to the look. But I feel like the clones are not rubbery, but it has more of like a matted rubber look, which is cool. But it's not. I just don't think it looks as clean. And some of my paint apps on my troopers have been a little shoddy, to be honest with you. I've had a lot of morphed heads for my clones,
Yeah,
especially.
exactly.
That's what has
The
been killing me with that.
yeah, the
dude.
warped heads are just horrible.
The weird thing is, I have 13 or 14 Stormtroopers, and only one of them has a derpy head. Only one. But
Yeah, that's
all
the same
three
with
of
me,
them have
and-
weirdness.
Yeah, the clones for me didn't have too much derp. I think the Camino clones had way more, but I mean, I can still definitely tell there's a little something off on like one or two of them. The Stormtroopers didn't have that problem with me at all, but I've seen people who have it really bad, which sucks.
I don't understand why they did a head sculpt underneath it. I really don't understand.
So is it?
Yeah, especially since you can't take it all. Like, if it was
Exactly.
removable, like if there was an actual head under there, I'd be totally fine.
Because they
But-
fully sculpted it. Like, it's not even like the bottom part that you can kind of see. It's like nothing. It's like a fully sculpted head.
And it's a good head sculpt,
Exactly.
too. Like, it looked just like Tamara Morrison.
Yeah.
Right, and besides the head articulation, you know, we might be spoiling one of your pickups, but Commander Bly, the old clone head sculpt is fine. Like, it doesn't look derpy because it's hard plastic.
No,
so I
it
find
looks
hard.
good.
Exactly.
No, you're so right. So that goes into my other pickup. I got the Commander Bly, which Alex will definitely touch on more. He customized his, and it looks amazing. I haven't tweaked with mine yet. I customized one of my Phase 1 clones to make it look really beat up, and I really like how that looks. So I got those. I got a Sabine, the Black Series Sabine, as a Secret Santa gift from my buddy Paul. Thank you so much, Paul. That was so nice of you. I haven't shot it yet, but I'm planning on it because it is such a sick figure. It's the only Rebels figure left that I wanted. Because I don't really care about Rebels that much, but
oh
she is
my
cool.
gosh.
And then I got some other stuff. Like we finally got our Mandalorians. I got this Kang the Conqueror, which is amazing. It doesn't look like it's that articulated, but actually the torso articulation is pretty decent for what it is. Like the crunch is not incredible, but it works, man. For Kang, it works, and I really like it. I also got a bunch of Carnages from Absolute Carnage, which is one of my favorite Marvel events in a long time. I just reread it yesterday, so it is. I'm psyched that I have a bunch. Some were gifts and some were bought by me. So I'm really stoked about those. And then besides that, I picked up some random Rangers, a few Spider-Man legends like the Cyborg Spider-Man. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? I got that DC Icons Nightwing, which is amazing. I got Back to the Future Marty McFly. Oh, and lastly, I got two gifts for my birthday from my buddies. One of them from an anonymous friend. He sent me the SH Figure Arts Ray from Rise of Skywalker, which is amazing. He knows who he is. Thank you so much. Your kindness is unmatched, and I really appreciate it. And then our buddy Mario, aka at 796 Studios, sent me the Reveltech Raphael. So now I'm halfway there to a full team, and that figure is amazing, masterpiece. Literally, I can't put it down. It's fantastic. But besides that, for my pickups, that's mostly it. We can get into benches later, or I can just run through some stuff really quick.
I think we'll get to benches in a second. Probably.
That's perfect.
That's probably easier.
Who wants to go next?
Alex?
Aiden, you go.
All right. I don't have much really at all to talk about because I've been kind of on a no buying stint for a bit. Just for since the end of October, mid to end of October, since until after my birthday, which is in January. So a couple pre-orders have come in though. So last thing I actually bought is from literally the grace of God, because this was the only figure out of the huge, I guess, summer wave of Legends that was releasing, Riders Punisher, a couple waves that was released. I'm trying to think of what else came out besides what I got. But anyways, point being, I was able to backtrack and get a lot of those items, but this is something I'd missed out on. And I had seen a couple good deals, for $45, to $50. And I was I still didn't really want to pay that, but I knew I'd probably have to. But then again, somehow Target put Red Hulk back on their website for retail price, shipped, in stock. No idea how. My patience paid off. I was able to get him, and then he shipped. And I didn't open him until recently. Finn was with me when I opened him. We were talking, and he's a really good figure, so I'm super happy about that. And then the pre-orders that came in were 5 of the Phase 1 clones that Finn was talking about. I got 5 of those in from Amazon, which were awesome. I got the Ahsoka Tano from the last season of Clone Wars, which I really love. I think that figure's awesome. And other than that, I think that's everything. I might be forgetting 1 or 2 things, but I got the Incinerator Trooper from Mandalorian. That was the one thing I was forgetting.
Dude, that figure is amazing.
Super cool figure.
And I am obsessed, bro.
Super cool figure. So yeah, so that's everything I got. And I'm super happy. I mean, I've been doing good in terms of opening and shooting them all, and I don't think I need anything that's right now. I mean, I pre-ordered some other stuff, and we'll talk about that probably more in toy news. But yeah, that's everything. Alex?
I got Commander Bly.
Let's go. Well, you got way more since you've last been
you
on.
got some books too.
Well, yeah, I got way more, but that was a while ago. If you follow me, you've already seen it.
That's true. But yeah, Commander Bly's the newest. How's Commander Bly?
He's good. He's a little annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Just from sculpt, it's just the articulate. The pauldron is just way too hard plastic. You know what I mean? So
I wish they
moving his shoulders up.
Look good.
If it was softer, it'd be fine. But it's just super stiff.
Exactly.
But that's really, and the head articulation. But that's really my only problems with it. The legs are bad, but I kind of knew that was going to happen just because, that type of thigh armor sculpt is always a problem on figures.
Yeah,
unless
that's
they have,
true.
Drop down hips or something like that. That's always going to be a problem.
Work really well, though, which is nice with that.
Yeah, the new clones work well. It's still a little annoying,
Yeah.
Especially.
You also notice that, his ankle articulation is, ultra hard to move. It is,
oh,
mad
yeah.
stiff.
It's the sculpt on that, too. It's a weird armor for a figure, I guess, because of all the sharp points. So they've done better with those aspects on the newer ones. It's just the helmets are just so derpy looking to me.
Yeah.
But 796 Studios put me on to and Art with Toys both on Instagram. They put me on the top coat, which is just a clear matte coat of spray paint that you can put on stuff to kind of knock the shine off. So I did that on Bly right before I kind of dirtied him up a little bit, some paint, just because I hate the plasticky shine on the clones. I think it looks good on Stormtroopers because that's kind of how they look, but clones look super matte, especially in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
They're not really that shiny. They just kind of a matte white. So I always loved the look of the sideshow figures, so I was trying to get as close to that matte look as I could. He's still a little shiny because, what are you gonna do? It's a it's a plastic figure by Hasbro. Of course, it's gonna be shiny, but it knocked a lot of the shine off. So I was super happy about that. But that's pretty much my only recent pickup.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
guess we can
sick,
talk
man.
about binges. Finn, you want to lead off?
Yeah, I can run through it really quick, man. I've been watching movies, shows and stuff. I started watching that Undoing show on HBO. It's like 5 episodes long, so I'm like almost done with that. It's all right. I think it's kind of overhyped, but
I heard a
it's
lot of
cool.
people were like, it ended terribly.
Oh, great. Well, I'm on the second to last episode, so can't wait to hear the ending. Can't wait to watch it. But I've been doing some reading. I just reread Absolute Carnage yesterday, which I've talked about before, but love it. I started Invincible, which I'm like 7 issues in.
Yeah.
Or 7, 8, or 8 issues in. And Alex and my buddy Stones, at my boy Stones, they've been both trying to put me on forever. So I am like really, really enjoying it.
I just find it so hard to believe that no one convinced you to try it, or you didn't try it out of morbid curiosity, because it's literally one of the most perfect series for you to get into, like you specifically.
Yeah.
Because there's so many areas that it pulls from, so many licenses and stuff like that, and other series that it pulls from, that I was like, this should have been Finn's thing. Like, I for sure thought that was like your favorite book, like you had all the volumes or something like that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. No, so Stones for years had been he bought all the volumes and has had them for a while and had been recommending it to me. And I had been like, yeah, I'll give it a try one day, but I didn't really know that much about it. I like Robert Kirkman, but it wasn't. I mean, I haven't read a full run of anything. I've just read some of his Walking Dead stuff. But I was like, yeah, I'll try it one day. And then that would just be kind of a thing I kind of forget about. Like, I'd be trying to catch up on a lot of Marvel and DC stuff, or even a lot of Image stuff that was coming out at the time. So even when Invincible was wrapping up, I was like, I'll get into that one day. But then, I mean, like, you and he were so insistent on me reading it that I was like, okay, fine, I'll give it a try.
It was when the Invincible trailer dropped for the Amazon show, which I'm eager to see how they handle that, because I really like the comics, so that's going to be it has a lot to live up to. But you were like, should I read the comic or just watch the show? I was like, if you don't read the comic, I will fight you. It's really good.
The trailer looked amazing, and also the way that Amazon handled The Boys, which was probably my favorite show of this year. Like, The Boys was just is absolutely incredible. I was like, they'll probably do this great. And the trailer just looked so cool. I'm like, this was finally kind of the push to get me started reading it. So Stones has let me like 8 volumes or something like that, or actually like 5. So I'm making my way through the second one right now, and it's really good, man.
Yeah, this is how you know how much I like Invincible. When he told me he hadn't read it, I reread the entire thing in like 5 days.
And it's like not short, isn't it? Like 150 issues or something like that.
It was 150, 170, somewhere around there. It's around there.
Running since like 2002 or 2003. And it just like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I remember I had read it like, gosh, I want to say like 7 or 8 years ago. I fell off, and then like 2017, 2018, I picked it up again, and then was kind of like, I kept up with it like currently. And man, that's one of those series that I forget how much I like it because I finished it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%, dude.
It's not like Spider-Man or Batman or anything where it's like it's ongoing for longer than 200 issues or so, you know what I mean? So I forget, like, oh yeah, this is something that I actually really like. Like, it's one of my favorite stories that I've read.
Yeah, but I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. I picked up the first volume. It was on the $5 trade rack at JC, so I like picked that up. I picked up a bunch of new comics. My one buddy hooked me up with a volume of Messiah Complex, which I've never read, so I'm excited to give that a try. I got the new X-Men run, Jonathan Hickman Volume 1. I'm still trying to get his Fantastic Four run, but I just haven't seen it for a good price yet. So I'm going to get that eventually.
Oh, that is a grail for me. I want that.
They have at all the exchange stores. They have Volume 5 and 6, and I'm like, I'm not about to just buy Volume 5 and 6 without having the first few ones.
I think there's an omnibus out there of his run. I think.
Yeah, there probably is, but those are always so expensive, dude. I was looking at the Hellboy one. I think it's either the omnibus or the compendium, but it was like 400 pages, and it's like $25 on Amazon. Like, that's not a lot at all. And
I've
never
read it in the Hellboy.
I put that. I was like, my parents were like, what do you want for your Christmas? I'm like, bro, just give me some books and maybe a figure. So like, you don't have to go all out. But that's one of the things I was like, I would like to get into this because I like Mike. It's Mike Mignola's art, right?
Yeah, I love Mignola's stuff.
And Michael Wisman always posts like stills from it on his story, and I'm always like, I have to read that eventually. Like that's something
I read a couple issues, and from what I was reading, I couldn't tell if that was like the first thing you were supposed to read or not.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like fell off.
Dude, oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, oh man, it's not the first one, but oh dang, that's expensive. Okay, the third omnibus is the complete collection of it. It's like 400 pages. It's not releasing until May, but it's like $35, so that's not bad. I don't know if there is the I don't know if there's the first volume anywhere. I'm looking at on Amazon Volume 1, but I don't know how many pages that is. It's only 144 pages. That's not terrible, but it's like $30. I hate that, bro. I hate when old Marvel trades aren't being printed anymore, and so then the old trades skyrocket. Like trades should not have resale value like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that one. I don't know if I talked about it on here, but I got that one J. Michael Straczynski like complete collection trade where it had like a couple hundred pages in it or whatever, and it goes for like $250 to $300, and I got it for like $12 at that one store. I was like, there's no reason this should cost that much.
I was mad because I was looking at prices for JMS, his Silver Surfer Requiem book, and that was like way pricier than I thought it was going to be or should
annoying,
be.
Man, that's so annoying. Like trades. That's like there shouldn't be any value there because I mean to me at least because it's not like it's a first print of anything. It's just a collection.
Right.
Like I remember when Spider-Man Blue was like a $150 book. Now it's down thankfully, but like. My one trade grail that I still want more than anything is the Death of Ultimate Spider-Man. Like the complete volume of it is like $200 book. It's so frustrating, bro. So I'll never get that. But anyways, yeah, I've been watching stuff, reading stuff. I've been listening to a ton of music, man. I've been vibing a lot of going back and through some rappers' discography and stuff. Like I've been really enjoying Jay-Z Volume 1. In my lifetime, I've been really getting back into that album because his discography is one of my favorites. I've been really enjoying To Pimp a Butterfly again lately. Erykah Badu. I've actually been enjoying some like Playboi Carti and some of Drake's stuff. Like I've just been like kind of bouncing all over the place. Whose album was I just? Oh, and I got Alfredo on vinyl, so I've been listening to that a ton. And so, just some music stuff. That's about it. Sorry, I didn't mean to ramble, guys.
No, you're good. You're good. Mine is not going to be that long, so I'll just go real quick. But I've just been catching up on some books here and there. I've been pretty busy with school, so I haven't had a lot of time to read. But I reread Infinity Gauntlet, which is one of my favorites. Thanks to the list that Finn and Alex made me, I was able to pick it up. I read Secret Wars, and I read Crisis on Infinite Earths as well. I had picked both those up while I was like a couple weeks ago. And way more than that, probably like at least a month or two or even 3 ago. But yeah, and I've been trying to make my way through some online comics as well. Oh, I just reread Daredevil Born Again as well online. So yeah, I mean, again, in terms of binges, I've been watching The Mandalorian, which all of you guys know because you've been hopefully tuning into our weekly reviews. But other shows and stuff, honestly, school's kept me so busy, I really haven't focused on any other binges at the moment. I have, though, been playing a lot of the new Call of Duty. Not a ton, actually, at all, but I have.
Yes, Aiden, I just prestiged, bro.
Yep, I knew you've been grinding, and I haven't honestly played that much. I just pop on maybe a little bit every day. Not even every day. I haven't played it at all today, but it has been a ton of fun to play.
I played the story. I really liked it.
You finished the story, or you just played some?
I haven't played it yet, man.
I finished it. It was the story's only like 6 hours or something like that. It's not like
yeah, that's really short.
Dude,
but the COD stories are always super short.
Yeah, that's true. Do you like the gameplay, Alex, or how do you feel about that?
They're all the same, so I'm pretty much like an indifferent person. You know, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, there's red dots, and they didn't have red dots in the 80s, but I don't care.
Of course.
So, but I really liked Modern Warfare's story.
Yeah,
but I lean more towards the espionage stuff from Black Ops.
Yeah, Black Ops is always good for that. I loved the
so
first two
really
Black Ops
that,
stories.
And I like that this wasn't in the freaking future this time, which was great.
Oh my gosh, I'm so with you. Dude, are you guys getting Cyberpunk when it comes out?
No.
I don't know.
Why not?
I want to, but I doubt I'll get it when it comes out.
I'll wait a little bit till the bugs and stuff are fixed, but all the review scores are like 9s and 10s, so I'm like, I'll probably get it and like it, but I'm gonna wait probably like a month or two. Why do you not want to get it, Alex?
I'm just not really interested, to be honest.
Have you gotten Ghost of Tsushima yet?
No, I want to though.
Yeah, man, that game looks amazing.
That's still on my list.
Yeah,
to
that
get.
game does look amazing.
So,
I think.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say I think that's it for my binges in terms of video games and everything else. So I think Alex, you can go.
Well, my binges have just been mess, like I said earlier.
Facts, dude.
Just a little bit of reading. I have been reading a lot of F4 stuff because of Doom World.
Yes, sir.
But in doing that, I actually did find something that I actually really liked. It was called Fantastic Four 1, 2, 3, 4. It was a Morrison story. I don't remember what year he did. It was Morrison and
What's it
Jay
called again,
Lee.
Alex?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Got it.
I think Jay Lee was the artist. Yeah, I love his stuff because of that Century story, that freaking Century story.
Yeah.
But it was pretty interesting to me just because it was like I really like when they do Reed Richards like in a high concept way, where like he might be severely antisocial and like maybe has Asperger's and stuff like that. So I actually really like that angle. But it was actually super cool. It was only 4 issues, so it was really short. But it was just something new. That was like the only new thing that I was reading for F4. Everything else was rereading. The Hickman run, obviously. Wade's run, which is my second favorite run. I really like Wade's run because Reed is also like mildly crazy in that too. So, but yeah, that's pretty much just been it. Just reading usual stuff. We've been watching the usual stuff, obviously Mandalorian, the new season of The Crown that came out.
Was it good? I never watched The Crown yet.
Oh, The Crown is one of my favorite shows.
Dang.
I really like that show. You can tell Netflix, number 1, spends a lot of money on it, but number 2, the writing and the acting is really good, and the music is fantastic. I listen to a lot of scores when I'm writing because that helps. I've been listening to a lot of The Crown's score, especially this new season. This new season is excellent.
Dude, I started that Queen's Gambit show. It seemed pretty cool. Sully.
Oh yeah, that was pretty decent. I saw the whole thing of that. That was actually pretty good. I watched the first episode. I
liked it though. I mean, Sully's always been super into chess. Like he's the type of dude that for like months has been like in his room online playing chess on like chess.com with people. Like, and so now that show came out, he got really into it. Just because he likes chess so much, and so I was like, I guess I'll give it a try because I was like in chess club or whatever in middle school, and I liked the first episode a lot. But I have to continue it, man. It looked cool.
Oh yeah, no, it was really good. That I actually really enjoyed that. That and The Crown have been my favorite Netflix things this year. But yeah, as far as binges, that's pretty much it. And the meth.
Facts. Can't forget that, dude. You cannot
forget it. All right.
Okay, guys. So we're gonna be getting into our toy news, correct?
Yep, toy news.
Aiden, you want to kick us off, man?
Yes. So we're going to talk mainly just because there's been, obviously, since we've all 3 been together, there's been quite a bit of news, but I think we're just going to try to focus on Fan First Friday because that's our latest and weekly event of reveals, and maybe after Mando dies down for this season, we can do some weekly Fan First Friday stuff, depending on what they reveal. But the main thing, which I know we want to talk about, I think we all have it in our head, but the first 2, I guess, that are most important. First of all, Ultron, a classic Ultron was revealed.
Yes.
So happy that they're finally doing it. Kang and Ultron were like the last on my current I must own this villains list.
Yeah.
I think the only stuff that is like left is like Annihilus. I really like Annihilus.
Oh, yes, dude.
Some other stuff, but
think about other.
So happy that they finally did.
Mine was MODOK, and honestly, specifically MODOK, but also a classic Ultron. Just because the Ultron I had, I was pretty happy with. You know, I didn't think I needed a different version, but I actually really liked this version. And then MODOK because I just didn't have the old MODOKs, and I really wanted a Scientist Supreme in a MODOK because I just recently, with the release of the AIM Army Builder, was able to build up my AIM collection. And now I'm like really proud of where that's at, and I really want to complete, obviously, like the amount of AIM. I guess people like Scientist Supreme and MODOK in my collection, so I'm super happy they did a MODOK, and I'm super happy that it looks better than the Toy Biz because I don't know about you guys, but I think that was that was the question for a lot of collectors because Toy Biz did a great MODOK. Like, how would Hasbro up it? Because it seemed like they couldn't, and they did. I think, in my opinion, they did a better MODOK.
Yeah, I think the real kicker is the changing face.
Yeah, exactly.
Swap the face because you know, it's not really that hard to make a MODOK body. You know what I mean? Like if they weren't able to make a working MODOK body, then it just kind of would have been a fail. But I think the real kicker is that alternate face thing, because that actually looks pretty cool.
Dude, I think my must-have villains list now mostly, besides a few odd like ducklings, mostly consists of like Build-A-Figures. Like I still need a Sentinel, I still need a Galactus. You know what I mean? I need stuff like that. But like for just normal 6-inch figures, like I'm looking at this giant Marvel poster, and I need a Magneto. That is the one, bro. I need a Magneto still.
Oh
but
my
besides
gosh.
him, like I can't think of any other real big villains that I really, really need.
Is it
Kang was like the big.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I was saying Kang was like the last big one.
Yeah.
There's no other big ones left for me. There's just villains that I want. I want Annihilus. I want a comic Killmonger. There's several other villains like that I still want them to make. But other than that, they've done most of my big ones that I needed.
Yeah, is
I
it
need
kind
to
of
skip
weird
that
that I
thing.
want like a 6-inch scale Galactus to do like MSD stuff, like really smaller Avengers
No,
stuff?
that's cool.
Because I feel like with HeroClix, like Alex has been collecting, like in a 6-inch Galactus, it'd just be so much easier to photograph and do some really awesome stuff with.
Even a
versus
12-inch one,
huge
like-
one.
A 12-inch Galactus, because Galactus can be like massive. So if you got like a 12-inch Galactus, like how they did the old Legend stuff, like the 12-inch series, if you got like one of those, and then you got some of those like miniature diorama buildings or whatever, like that would be pretty in scale, I feel like.
Yeah, I definitely agree for sure. So that was that, and then I'm trying to think of what else.
I will say, man, that Ultron articulation though, I don't know. I really
I'm
hope
worried.
that abdomen.
Yeah, what do you guys think of Ultron?
works
Let's go in
well.
depth on that.
Because they did not even try to employ like the G.I. Joe Lightning Collection stuff with like the weird, or the new Spider-Man stuff with like the waist joint. Like it really looks like it is going to be bare bones.
What
abdomen, waist
surprised
joint.
me was that they didn't, because I full on expected them to just paint the 80th Iron Man body just all silver and then just put that out. So I was really surprised that they didn't just do that. I like that it's a new mold. I'm just surprised that they didn't do something with a little bit more articulation in the abdomen. It
Yeah.
could move very well because like Doctor Doom doesn't look like his abdomen moves that well, but it actually gets a pretty decent amount. So
Yeah,
maybe
and same with Kang. Like Kang moves better than Doctor Doom. I feel like Kang moves well. And so if it moves like that, that'll be fine. But I've had so much freaking trash experience with Hasbro where it's like it barely twists, it barely crunches forward, and I'm like, I want Ultron to be expressive. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to do those big poses.
Yeah, so I'm a little worried about that, but to be honest, even if it is not as articulated as I would want it to be, to me it looks better than the old one, so I'm perfectly fine,
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, I think the
Aiden, what else we
color.
got?
Oh, I was just gonna say I think the color and sculpt on this is a lot better, and I love the effect in the headpiece. So I think it makes it better. But I do share your guys' same concerns in terms of like if it's gonna be articulated or not.
Dude, we need to get like an
toss-up.
army builder pack for like Ultrons. Like I don't understand why they haven't done that yet.
I agree.
or,
Like,
like,
a basic
Doombots and stuff
Ultron,
like that.
I definitely agree. We definitely have been needing that for a while now.
Because I feel like you don't want to army build those Ultrons. Like that Ultron looks
No.
good, but I don't want to army build that. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, completely.
you don't want an army of
But-
those. Like that looks like
People are definitely going to do that.
Well, yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
people
I mean-
made that. No spoilers for Mandalorian. People made. Oh wait, you've seen it, right, Alex?
Yeah.
Okay, people have already made customs of that Boba Fett look. I'm like, bro, you think he's gonna be rocking that the whole time? Like, people are gonna make customs of anything to get those likes, bro.
Yeah. Well, and not. I mean, I wouldn't say it's only likes. I think it's just also like the clout behind Star Wars. A lot of really devout fans who are hardcore Star Wars fans, for like Mandalorian or any genre or any TV show, are always searching for the latest and greatest of the looks. I mean, you said it yourself, Finn, when we saw that Mando episode, you wanted that yellow pauldron, like the yellow version of the
Oh
Incinerator
yeah, I
Trooper.
did.
So I mean, it's not like it's
bro. Oh.
exact. It's not like it's out of the realm. I mean, that's a pretty extreme length because obviously that's a detailed custom to make if you're gonna make it, because it's like all the black underneath, and you have to take off the armor, and like where do you get just normal pieces of armor
Yeah.
for Boba Fett?
I
where
saw
you-
they did like they swapped out like Darth Maul's waist and like his arms and stuff, and it looked okay. Like,
Oh,
it didn't
I've
look
seen
amazing, but it looked
I've seen a
okay.
lot of cool like really quick designs, but point being, I definitely see a lot of people obviously army building that Ultron, and And I know for myself, at least I have the other Ultron, the smaller, I wouldn't say smaller, but like the one from the 3-pack that I'll use as
I love that figure, man. If it was not as breakable as it was, I love that figure,
Really,
man.
mine wasn't that breakable at all.
Mine hasn't broken either, but I've seen like D Amazing, like Army built them, and I think they had like 4 that broke. Like and Prince Go, same with him. Like I know that.
Well, I mean, I will say the body's not great. You know, Hasbro has made 10 times better bodies since then. So, but at least I think the sculpt and like the look of it and the paint apps were pretty good. And I definitely am looking forward to this one, but I definitely want to use that one as like the Ultron bot rather than, you know, like the main Ultron, if that makes sense.
100%. Ultron has been like one of those ones where I'm just like, how are we getting like figures like Rage and who was the silver lady from the new wave, the Joe Fix wave? What is her name again? She's like an X-Men character, I think.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Alex, talking about
Jocasta.
Yeah, I am not familiar with her, but I'm like, why are we getting a lot of like D-list characters when we're not even getting like one of the main, probably I would say a top 3 Avengers villain, maybe top 4.
Yeah.
Like, how have we gotten that yet? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely do agree with
We still haven't gotten Blue Marvel yet, so you know I'm a little I'm a little mad at Hasbro.
I'm trying to think about other figures that like are no-brainers that we haven't gotten yet, like Hasbro stuff. Like we haven't gotten a new Baron Zemo in a long time.
Well, I think
I need a
Baron just
Zemo.
Redos because they already did Zemo.
We've gotten technically releases of them, but yeah, we haven't gotten, you know.
We need a new Sentry, bro. That's on everything.
We've been needing that for a long
time. We need a
time.
Yellow Jacket. Like, what are we doing here?
We need a new Grim Reaper too. I don't know if you guys wanted him, but
I don't like need a Grim Reaper. We need a Big Bertha from the Great Lakes Avengers. You guys don't.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't need one.
I want specifically in terms of Grim Reaper, I want his look from like Earth's Mightiest Heroes, where it's like actually like really Hydra, rather than like the one we already got. But in terms of like, I want obviously new Baron Zemo. Specifically, I feel like both Taskmasters they've done haven't really like sold me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, no.
I like the newer version, like the
newer one would have been fine.
Yeah.
I mean the newer one is fine. The classic look, I just hate the head sculpt with a passion.
It's so bad, but that's what I love about like the modern look. I think the head sculpt was great and like the concept was cool, but like some of the paint apps were so shoddy. But I do like that they sculpted new stuff. Like the legs look cool. Like him with the cloth cape is really nice, dude. And I'm glad like a lot of X-Men heads are like getting what they want with like Age of Apocalypse and Strong Guy and like a bunch of that stuff. I mean, I don't want any of it, but I'm glad they're getting it. I would like an updated Doctor Strange. That would be nice, a classic.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for that. But the two biggest things I want is Black Panther and Daredevil on a Spidey type, the retro Spidey type.
If they fix that neck, bro, perfect.
Literally.
Right. Yeah, I don't see them doing that because we've seen that in tech, like in all of their newest releases for the most part, like a lot of their new releases. So I don't see them really choosing to.
They fumbled that new Winter Soldier so bad, dude.
Yeah,
they fumbled that hard.
I don't even think it was as much the neck as much as the head sculpt for me. I didn't like it as much as like the.
Oh, the head sculpt bothered me.
Yeah. Well, the worst part was that the old one is like perfect, but I don't think it fits, right?
It's just a little too small.
That sucks, dude. Because and isn't the waist really bad on the new Winter Soldier, or am I tripping?
Oh, I don't have it.
I don't have
it either. Dude, they fumbled the new Crossbones. Hasbro's been winning a lot, but they've also been fumbling, bro. Like,
I think they've been starting to fumble when they started integrating the neck tech. I honestly think like that's, in my mind, the most recent thing I can think of is like when they started going, not even downhill, but when their releases started becoming more like spotty. And rather, like, not every release is at least somewhat consistent, and some are bad, some are good.
Dude, it's so
weird
funny.
Is that it works on some figures and it doesn't.
And that's very true as well.
Like War Machine, the new neck peg works.
That's so true.
He could look up more. I would like him to look up more, but it's not terrible. It works, you know. The new Fox Hugh Jackman Wolverines, it works there, you know.
Yeah, well, I was thinking also like the ones, it's so weird, the figures that they decide to do things with versus others. Like the new Kang, amazing. The new Carnage,
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, that's more articulated than half of the Spidey figures we have. Like, that Carnage is one of the most articulated Legends I have. It is perfect. Like, I'm obsessed over that figure. But then you get like other figures that move like bricks still, and I'm like, how are we still doing this? And then it's so ironic that Black Series is like knocking it out of the park, and like Legends are kind of like right now. Like,
Black Series is knocking it out of the park, and then they want to re-release the Rogue One wave.
Is that confirmed? Because
that is confirmed.
I pray, unless it's all new sculpts and everything, which even then I'd still be done. I'd still not be happy. But like,
I mean,
my gosh,
I'd be down if it was new sculpts.
Still clogging up my Five Belows.
Only because the Cassian show's coming out, and if they gave us a new outfit for Cassian, of course I'd get it. And I just honestly probably even get it because I don't know about you guys, but I like in shots like building my Star Wars just normal people like army. So like when you're on Tatooine, obviously you just want like random figures in your shots who can just be like merchants or traders or you know, bounty hunters or whatever. That aren't obviously so noticeable from the movies that it distracts from the photo. So like I may get it for that purpose, but I still think it's a horrible decision. But I think it's also made up for it. I don't know if you guys have seen obviously the new wave they're putting out with Thrawn, Commander Cody.
They're all phenomenal. Old figures, but
well, I mean, yeah, they're re-releases, but for the most part, they look like insanely better. Like Cody leagues better than his first release. Admiral Thrawn looks so good. So like I'm excited for that.
Look at it. I didn't see that many differences.
You didn't see the many.
I saw the photos for like a second, but I didn't like look too hard. I just thought I thought they were the exact same.
But anyway, point being, I think that was like a good wave they chose to do. And I understand a lot of like people really like Rogue One, but I don't think it's necessary.
I don't know who wants Rogue One figures.
Well, can I say a hot take? I do not know who wants a Cassian show. Like Cassian was one of the most boring parts of that movie. Like he's so boring. Why do we don't want a Jyn Erso show or him? I would much rather have like a Chirrut Imwe show. And even then I don't want it.
I think, you know what I mean? I think the main reason is because the reception on K2SO was so like great. Like it was everyone's favorite droid, you know, now, or like second favorite. And I think they needed a reason to like have him back. And so they're bringing Cassian back for that, which like if they do it right, I'll be okay with. I mean, we'll probably see some sort of like Mando adventures where Cassian's going to help people out as a rebel, and like he's also like again, obviously in Rogue One we see, which is off topic, but we see like a darker side of him when he like kills that one guy at the start for telling him information, and we're like, oh, this guy's like not just a rebel, but he's done like a ton of bad stuff for the rebellion. So I feel like we'll get a lot of like that interesting character development, but I still don't think like we need it. Like I don't think anyone asked for it. You know what I mean?
I could not think of a character I want a Star Wars show less for. Like I legit that is one of my. I do not. Rogue One is awesome, but that like hit the parts with him and Jyn are like the worst parts of that movie, except for the end. I like the end, but you know what I'm saying though? Like like that they are so boring. But that's whatever. It'll be fine, but I don't know, man. I'm probably not gonna watch it. Maybe I will. I don't know.
Yeah,
I doubt that they would commit to doing a show about a character and it just ends up being trash.
That's true too. Also, it'll probably be a mini. I hope it's a mini. Like I hope it's like a 6-episode thing.
Right, and even if it's not, like I don't think that it'll be terrible. So I'm not exactly just writing it off like, oh man, it'll be the most boring show ever. Like because he was boring in one movie where they just didn't give him a good enough script. Like I don't really think. Sure. That's an indication that it would just be garbage. I just didn't ask for it. You know what I mean? But I don't think it'll be bad.
We'll definitely see.
Yeah. But getting back to toy news real quick. So obviously we talked about Ultron and MODOK, like the two, in my opinion, showstoppers that were revealed. Secondly, we got a whole House of X wave coming out. It's got...
Yes!
I'm super pumped. I'm getting this whole wave, but it's got more.
Okay, I'm a little worried about one thing. What is going on with Magneto's head sculpt? He looks a little smushed into the helmet.
See, and I disagree because I thought he was too propped up in the last one, and I think they fixed the problem. And what I can tell, I actually like the size of it, but it could be worse in person, or it could just be worse on there. And
it's mainly his face. He just looks a little like. I'm just hoping that that's like maybe just a prototype thing, but he looks a little weird to me. Like I agree, the helmet was way too. I actually modded that on mine. The helmet was way too high on the 3-pack one.
Yeah,
but he just looks. I'm a little worried about that because that's my most wanted from the wave.
Well, yeah, of course.
I really want that. I think the Professor X is my most wanted, but I need that new Cyclops. I need that new Wolverine. I want that Moira really bad. I need that new Magneto. Like
that Moira looks. They put a lot of work into that.
They
Moira.
did with the interchangeable
really did.
arms. I mean, it's gonna be really. I want it just for
put a
the
lot
kit
of,
bash
like-
alone, but I want Moira McTaggart too for the story. But like, I
I
really
have to
want.
finish it still, man.
It looks.
I still have to finish that book.
It's so good. Love that.
I
book.
read the first so I was reading it like House of X and then Powers of 10 like back and forth, and I think
Yeah.
I got like 5.
Powers of 10.
Powers of X.
That's
you
what
mean?
it's called. No, I'm pretty sure it's called Powers of 10.
I thought it was Powers of X.
So did I.
I thought so. Okay, so when that was coming out, I remember I called it that both, and I remember reading that it was called Powers of 10 for some reason.
I thought it was House of X and Power of X, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
Powers of
it was
X.
Powers of. Well,
Powers.
if it was Powers of 10, that was a little odd that they just used an X for that. Stuff.
Yeah,
it is 10.
It X-Men. It is 10.
Yeah.
That's what I've been calling it back. Because X-Men, Powers of X. What do you expect me to call it?
Well, yeah.
that's what
I
I'm saying.
mean,
That's it. Also, yeah.
I'll probably still call
really
it Powers
weird.
of X, but definitely like continue, Finn. I remember what you were saying. Like,
No, I just really like I was reading. I got like probably 6 issues in, so like 3 into both. But I had a lot of life stuff going on around then, so I really need to like get back into it because I remember first of all I adore Jonathan Hickman, and the art was amazing too. Like the art looked really good. So I remember really getting into it. So I have to finish that. I think that's what I'm gonna do next after I continue through Invincible more. But
You still have to reread Watchmen so you can watch the show.
that's true too. And I want to start reading Saga because I own the first 7 volumes and I've never read it. I've only read the
I
first
tried
one.
reading Saga. It was a long time ago, but I really could not get into it. I don't know what it was.
I loved the first volume. That's all I've read though. But so at the $5 rack at JC, they have them there every once in a while, so I just keep buying them when they have them. So now I have 1 through 7, and I've never read it. So I'm like, I need to kind of get on that. Because what if I hate it? Like that would suck.
yeah, that you've been
But I
buying
love
it.
Brian K. Vaughan. He did Paper Girls, which we need to review still, but
Oh my god, I have to reread that now.
worth it though. It's so good, man.
I read that like months ago when we were supposed to be doing an episode on it, and now I've totally forgotten what the heck I read.
Yeah, I need
We
to
only
reread it too.
We're only gonna review the first volume, so it shouldn't take too long. Anyways, Aid, what else we got?
So obviously we just talked about the House of X wave. I think our general thoughts are excited about it, nervous but mainly excited. Then we got
I'm mainly disappointed about Psych and Wolvie, to be honest.
Yeah, what are you disappointed about Wolverine for?
Well, number one, they used the comic claws again when they can clearly make better claws.
Yeah, I
So,
agree completely with
I'm
that.
a little bit disappointed in that too. I just can't keep buying color swaps of the same figure, man. I just can't. And he has like not as many accessories as I would really like. It's same with Cyclops. I need them to stop putting him on the freaking Bucky cap.
That
mold,
is my biggest gripe, bro.
that mold is already too small for him. Dude is way bulkier than that. He should not be on the Bucky cap, number one. And I just can't keep paying $20 for freaking color swaps like it's freaking Street Fighter.
Exactly.
You know what
and
I
we
mean?
need
I will say that
freaking butterflies.
if it's like matted like it looks, I will be so over that. But if it's like shiny and plasticky, it may be a skip. It all depends on how the paint looks, I think, at the end of the day for me.
Because I really like both of those outfits. I wanted those figures, but I was like, if they just do the same thing, I'm not getting those. Because it's just like, why? I have like 6 Wolverines all on the same body bar, the Logans. You know what I mean? So it's like,
exactly.
I need a good unmasked Logan head sculpt still. Like that's ridiculous that I still don't have a good one. Like they still have not made a decent one. It makes me so mad. Oh,
no company has made a decent one. That's what's troubling.
Not one.
I
The
guess he
best
just has
is
one of those
the
faces.
Old Man Logan one. That's it.
Right, and the Mexico young man Logan isn't that bad. It's just not as good as you want it to be.
I don't know, bro. If we're thinking about the same one, I like despise that.
I mean, he has a multiple. The cowboy hat one is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I like the cowboy hat.
It just has a cowboy hat on it, and I don't want him to wear a cowboy
Nobody
hat.
goes to Mezco for the head sculpts most of the time.
Well, the
Like,
Punisher
those-
head sculpts look really good.
Pretty-
The Blade
That's what
one
I'm gonna
look
say,
really
the
good too.
Punisher one is the exception.
The Doctor Strange one looks good too.
Yeah.
They have a pretty decent amount of good head sculpts. They just have
They
a
have some good ones.
decent amount of bad ones too.
Yeah, they have some misses for sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely agree with all that. But
And what else?
so we also have which I don't think any of us truly care for. I know I specifically don't, although the accessories look nice. The like battle damage / gray version of the movie Deadpool.
I think I may get that, but I don't like the color. But I
Yeah,
just don't want to
that's-
pay 2-pack prices.
I want the 2-pack color, but this looks like a better release. It looks like it has better guns. but I don't know for sure. But point being, I like the red release, but this still looks good. I just don't know if I'm gonna get it.
I wonder if it would be easy to just turn that X-Force gray completely.
Yeah, well, that's what. See, and when I saw the movie, I mean, this is completely off topic. Well, not completely, but I thought that was like a hint to his X-Force costume when he like took that damage. Because I mean, in the movie, it's like full.
It was.
Gray. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but I want a movie Deadpool figure because one, I think Hasbro actually did a really good job on it. But two, I really like that costume because it's a really accurate costume.
Yeah.
And I like Deadpool before the movie came out, so
yeah, exactly.
they've ruined him hardcore since
in the comics. Yes,
I might get that. The color is what's tipping me off a little bit, but
yep, definitely agree. So let's see. Trying to think. Okay. Oh, we also have, I'm trying to find it. Oh, I guess that's it for Fan First Friday. But the main Nova and Silver Surfer are the other.
He looks okay. They both look okay.
The Nova, I just don't like the classic Nova costume at all. I much prefer the God, what is the name of the story? The Annihilation suit. I really like that. I hope they update that because that figure is so old now.
That legend still holds up, though, to be honest. Like, it's not perfect, but it definitely holds up.
Oh, mine is mega loose. Mine doesn't hold up. Yeah, but I'm thinking about getting that Silver Surfer because I really liked his appearance in that Thanos comic. The Silver Surfer, the black version. He just doesn't look black enough to me. Like, he looks a little too gray to me. Yeah, but other than that, I want it because I'm a sucker for Silver Surfer. I think they did a really good job on the Walgreens one. That's the level of accessories that I want on a classic Doctor Strange, like that mini hands and effects and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
So I may end up picking that up, but the color is what's throwing me off on that one. So
I'm probably gonna pass on it, man.
See, like, I wanted it because I don't have a Silver Surfer, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it.
Is he another Walgreens exclusive?
Yeah,
he is.
Oh wow.
I never go. I have not been I never go to Walgreens anymore because most of the time mine just never update their stock, so I just have no reason to go.
I haven't.
Walgreens is the like most consistent exclusive that I can find myself.
I can never find them, dude. Ever,
which is
unless they're the Medusas. Walgreens, he said.
I mean, the Moon Knight had an amazing release. Amazing. Marvel Legends killed it with that Walgreens exclusive because I feel like everyone who wanted it could find it.
Not me.
You did find
someone
it.
It for me. No, someone bought it for me because I could not find it in my area ever.
Oh, interesting. Well, I mean,
it sucked.
Yeah, I mean, at least me and Alex. I know for me, like my Walgreens never has anything, and I saw it there. And I know like Brian. I knew a lot of people who saw like a lot of them in their area, so I feel like that was like a good release. Walmart's are obviously the worst, and then Target's like second or first. It just depends on what Walgreens got going on.
So mad that they made those.
Yeah, the only Walgreens exclusive that I haven't seen was Thing, Sue, and I think I saw Johnny, but I couldn't get him.
That's funny. Those are the only two I have seen.
Silver Centurion because I hadn't been to a Walgreens since that came out. I don't think.
Bro, I remember when that thing came out, and I was with Stones, and we like the resale value was decent, so he bought like 4 of them, and then like he just like couldn't sell them, so he just ended up like returning them all. Bro, if only I had known, bro, I would have kept all of them for y'all.
Oh my god!
But I remember he had like 4 of them. Dude, Aiden, did you see that NECA Ultimate Ghostface is like shipping from certain places?
Really?
Yeah, not from EBTS.
I don't have it pre-ordered, but I do. Like, I'm definitely gonna start looking in stores when that hits.
Bro, I need at least 2 because of all the different head sculpts. I need at least 2.
Yeah, I want probably just one, but I kind of want a second to like really like. It already comes with bloodied up faces, but like to really like mess up if I want to just to like not worry about, dude. And one to keep like pristine clean. But yeah, I want it so badly. That is like that is probably most desired figure like coming up. I
wonder if you could combine it with the 8-inch one, so that way it's cloth looking.
Well, yeah, that would be interesting. The 8-inch one actually moves all right for what it is.
I thought like, the ultimate one is cloth, isn't it?
It is cloth.
Oh, it is? I thought it
was. I didn't think it was either, but I just saw pictures of it today.
Oh, I knew it when it was released, but then you guys just had me psyching it out. You can tell it's cloth, so yeah, they're doing a cloth ultimate.
Oh, okay, then you wouldn't really need to combine them, I guess. Yeah. I thought it was plastic, so that's
Scream is besides Alien, if we count that, Scream is my all-time favorite horror movie, and Ghostface is like my favorite look, so I need it, like, I need to for sure. But if I can find them, if I can't,
You know what's
like
funny? I never thought of Alien as a
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's a horror movie either.
until you did that.
well, I mean, it is. Like it is. It was
I mean,
classified.
it technically is.
I think that movie's really spooky. Like the way. So Aliens is not a horror movie at all. But like Alien is like all of like it is like the killer basically eliminating everyone one by one until there's the final girl left, and then it's like trying to survive that. Like that's basically what it is. It's all tension the whole time. Like it's super.
But I didn't think there was a lot of like jump scare. Like I understand there's like parts where like it's suspenseful and nerve wracking, but I just didn't think it was like scary per se. You know what I mean?
It doesn't have to have jump scares to be a horror movie.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
But
it's more traditional too.
I just never thought of it that it was just always a sci-fi movie to me because that was like the forefront in my brain. But
it's
anyway,
sci-fi horror to me. It's like it is a horror. It's more of a horror than a lot of like current stuff. I mean, it's like a slasher almost. Like it is very horror, but also it's sci-fi. It's aliens. You can't be that. But it's like The Thing. Like The Thing is one of my top 5 too. But like that is a horror movie, but it's also sci-fi. You know what I mean?
That's another one that I just straight up think of a sci-fi movie. It's so weird. Anyway.
But yeah, anyway, continuing on Black Friday. So those were the Legends reveals. And then just in terms of other toy news, first we got just the most recent Firestar's up for pre-order now. We can complete our amazing Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
I want that dog.
I want the figure, dude. I need that team. That is like a childhood team I need in my collection. I doubt I'll shoot it much.
Shoot that Iceman ever.
It's funny. I watched that cartoon, but I do not want her for some reason. But I really want that dog because that dog is money. I need dogs and shots. That'll be excellent.
Yep, I do agree with the dog thing. I just need her like just for like again collection purposes. In terms of ACBA and shooting, I don't know how much I'll use her, but I definitely like want her just to complete that team like for my collection. But anyway, so she went up, and then the last bit of news is Mayfex had their like con, and we got to see updated pictures of a lot of our like the releases we're looking forward to, like Superman, Black Suit Batman, Mando, etc. But we also got to see one big new reveal, which was a member of the boys, Homelander. Yeah. So I don't know how I feel about it. The head sculpt specifically looks meh, but everything else looks great. It's just
it looks okay, man. Like the closer we get to it, the more I think I'm gonna try to pick up that Superman. The closer we get to it, but like looking at that Homelander, it looks fine. Like it's passable, but I'll probably just get the NECA stuff when it comes out. You know what I mean? Like that's probably what I'll get. Like I don't need to get.
Did we already know Black Manta was coming out?
Yeah, we knew. Yeah, we knew for a while. Alex, it's been a while.
When I saw the pictures of that, I was like, "Holy crap! Did nobody talk about this?"
Wait, someone sent me a picture. I did not see it.
I don't know where to find it, but
look up Black Manta Mayfex. There's tons of promo images of it. It's definitely been.
I did not remember that. But yeah, it looks really sweet.
What'd you say, Finn?
What were you saying?
I was saying I got like 15 minutes, so
okay, we'll hurry it up in toy news, and we'll probably skip screen time if that's okay, Alex. I don't know if there's a ton to talk about, but just
there's not much to talk about. It's all rumors.
I mean, other than that, we just got updated images for like Gambit, which looks good, Miles, and some other like really desirable stuff. Oh, and the new stuff, I guess. Just touching on it real quick, but the main new stuff we got to see is they're releasing like an Astro Boy from Disney, and then we got to see more of their Endgame and Infinity War releases, specifically Doctor Strange and Cap and
Mayfex be late, man. It's like 2 years later, you finally get the figures for this movie.
That Black Manta looks fire, though, man. But
yeah, I haven't read a whole lot of Aquaman, so I'm like not like, oh man, I want that, but it looks freaking cool,
Yep, agreed.
So he really needs an unmasked head, though. That would be sweet.
I do agree with that as well. So I think we can go into our critiques and etc. If you guys are down. So Finn, do you want to start?
I would love to.
Okay.
Okay. So for critiques, right? We're doing critiques first.
Yeah, we're doing critiques first.
We have one from a classic name on the pod, Barino Kun. I think is how you pronounce it. Is the Spider-Man on the wall with a web.
And you want to plug the hashtag real quick? Let the people know.
You already know. If you guys want to have one of your photos talked about here, get some constructive criticism. Hashtag ShutterBugs _CC for constructive critique. We will talk about it if your photo gets chosen, and it would mean a lot to us because we appreciate it. This one is Spider-Man like kind of hanging on a wall, carrying this kid from a explosion, which, by the way, I love this idea. I wish we had more kid figures, but this one fits the scene fine. Like, it's as good as you can do with the amount of kid figures we have. I definitely think there's a few things that I would tweak, though. Like, for example, the Dio, where his foot is, you can kind of tell that it's, like, covering a window. So I'd maybe move that up a little bit to keep some sense of like realism and stuff. And what my main problem with it is the sky background. It feels like the building is too close to the blue, and so it casts some type of a shadow. I feel like if you were gonna light the sky like that, you should light it evenly, so it doesn't look so it looks like a sky. You know what I mean? And I think I would just maybe hit it from the bottom with some white light as well, and from the side. Also, that building that's on the right side, maybe tilt that up a little bit more, make it completely straight. But other than that, I actually really like the shot a lot.
Yeah, I agree with almost everything you said, Finn, except I would crop in on the right because I don't really think I need to see another building.
That's facts. Also, tweak Spidey's right leg. It's a little bit.
Yeah.
Knees a little bit.
I think I would just crop in on the right too. I mean, still, I want to be able to see the sky, so that way you can tell that he's running sideways. But I don't think you really need that much going on the right. You can just kind of already tell the danger of the situation. I'd also just try and light the flames up more, because they're just a little dimmer than I think they should be. But other than that, I agree with everything else Finn said. I actually really like this idea. This is the kind of stuff I want to try with Spider-Man once I get my new dial. But yeah, I agree.
I agree with everything said too. For me, when I looked at this, the main thing, I don't know if this could just be a personal thing, but I think Spidey's head should be facing like towards like where this building's going. Like he's looking in front of him instead of like right where his foot's placed, because I just feel like he's coordinated and has Spidey sense enough where he wouldn't need to see like to make sure his foot was planted. He'd be looking forward, and maybe just like in terms of the pose, I think you guys were right about the right leg, and I think he could just be fine-tuned to be a little like smoother and look like he's swinging and running off the building. Like maybe like pivot his right like the torso joint a little bit and then move his arm up. I think everything looks good though. I think you guys touched on literally everything else, the backdrop, the lighting on the effect. The cutout looks good. Maybe I'd say bring it in more so it could be a little more in focus, or increase your f-stop, but honestly it might be really close to the backdrop, or you can't do that, or the poom might cover the explosion if you brought it closer. So I think you're fine where it is, but I definitely agree to at least, if you're going to keep it back there, if you heat up your explosions, the poom would look better as well and more colorized. So I think that helped that. But
100%, man. Yeah, great shot though, man. I love when people do ambitious stuff like this. I keep trying, and it'll look even better.
Exactly.
My favorite was Nightwing 2110.
Yeah.
It's that Leonardo shot. Only reason I'm saying this is because I got to dip in like 1 second. But I love the look and colors of this. The lighting is out of this world. Like the way it makes Leo look so like the lighting is flatter on him. Like it's not too harsh. But the way the white hotness of the windows just makes it look like it's like taking place in like some penthouse or some like warehouse building with like the light coming in from like some.
I was about to say penthouse.
You know, I was trying to say, what do you like? I picture like when I picture stuff like this, I picture like April's apartment. So I picture like when the Foot Clan like in Shredder like attacked the gang at like April's apartment, and how she has like big windows and stuff, and it just like indoors somewhere. But the posing is on point, dude. I love what you're doing with the Foot Clan. I absolutely adore the shot, man. And those
I love the posing on Leo, because 98% of people that own these turtles cannot pose them, so it's actually really cool looking. I like it. There's no gaps. He looks sturdy. You know what I mean? He doesn't look anorexic, which a lot of people, when they pose them, they do these crazy poses and they don't know how to actually make it look like a thing that actually has normal functioning limbs. So it actually looks really good to me. I actually really dig the pose.
Yep, man. I agree with all of that. I think the ability to make sure there's no like Revoltech wonky joints in here, and I love the pose. I love the poses on the foot. Soldiers Clan, whatever, those look great as well. I think the props are not too much, not too little. I think they're just right, and I definitely love the backlight coming through the windows like Finn pointed out.
Yeah, great job, man. Super stellar shot. Okay, boys, I gotta dip. Thank you guys so much for having me. I love you both, and hopefully I'll see you guys next week.
All right, see you, Finn.
Bye.
See you, boys.
See you.
All right, Alex, you want to go?
Finally, he's freaking gone. Jeez. Oh my god, man.
All right.
Oh my god, it was like sitting through a KKK rally. Anyway. So mine is a months-old photo by an old guest on this podcast by the name of Capes Leaves.
Capes
I know
leaves.
it's by Cap Lives on Instagram. He took this photo in September. The reason I'm saying this is because we haven't gotten that many people using the hashtag anymore. I know
Yep.
we upload like twice a month, so I don't blame anyone. But yeah, Brian, I'm gonna do an old photo of yours. First things first, I actually really like this frame. The only thing that's really bugging me is that I feel like it's very closed off the set. You know what I mean? I know he has he's kind of working with what he has as far as depth is concerned, but I think this actually would have looked better with an open like just backdrop, just a colored backdrop, maybe some more stuff to kind of fill in the space. Because the street stuff, it just kind of clashes with the Rangers a little bit. For me, in this photo, I think he does some great stuff with his Rangers and this set on other stuff. But with this one, it just kind of clashes for me. And the sort of gap between the corner, like, you know what I'm talking about, Aiden, where there should be space back there.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's a little bit too tight.
I do too.
So it kind of looks like she's sort of appeared out of thin air in this.
Yeah, exactly.
In this
there's
corner,
no like
even though I can
chase going
tell
on.
that there's space.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And this gray piece, I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, for me at least, like when I saw this doesn't remind me of a back alley, but it reminds me of like a possible rooftop with this piece on the bottom. Like it looks like some sort of electrical unit.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I think if he took out the back wall, that would work really well. Like just put a backdrop back there and lit it well.
Yeah.
I feel like that would definitely sell it more. So I think I completely agree with you. It just feels like it's a little cramped in the back specifically. It looks like everything's a little too close together for realism's sake. But I do like the poses. I think those are fine. I like the more close to camera elements. I do think though that a little bit of space and depth would really help just the overall like the image and the feel of the shot.
Yeah, and I really like the actual idea for just like sneak attacking him by firing an arrow at him. I think that's actually pretty sick. That's the ultimate sneak attack right there. Just something like, I got you. Like, I actually still really like the core idea here. I just think it could have been opened up a little bit.
Yep, I agree. All right, do you want me to get in my critique and then we'll go faves, or do you just want to do like Finn did and go?
You can do your critique and then we can do faves, yeah.
So my critique, again, also a while ago, again, because the lack of uses of the hashtag recently, so we'll just be bumping that again. But it's from Justin_thezilla, and this was posted, I think, in like July, so this is going to be some late feedback. But this is a photo of Spider-Man running from Hobgoblin. First things first, I love the extreme sets. I think it looks great. I think you did a great job lighting it and not having a ton of light reflecting off of it and selling the realism. I do think maybe a colored light, because I think this is the Deranged Alley set, and I think that really goes well with some night lighting, maybe a little like color on it, not as much day, but I still think it looks good. I think the main problem, I wouldn't even say problem, the main critique I had of this photo is Spider-Man's running pose for me isn't being sold. It looks like he just threw a ball almost rather than him running. That's immediately what I thought about. And I think it mainly comes from the fact that his right arm is not bent at all. It's completely straight, which, you never really like fully see. You could have easily, normally how this works is like your right leg would go back and your right arm would go forward and, vice versa. And so I could definitely see him switching like the left arm going back to going forward and bent and then the right arm going back. And I feel like it would sell the running more. And I know this figure has its limits, but if you get the head up any way possible a little more so he's looking a little more forward would work too. But I don't even think that's the head's as much the issue as just the arms and like the way his body's moving. It sells it more as a throw from a static position versus him on the run. I like Hobgoblin. I feel like the flames could have been lit a little more, especially because it's daytime, so those should be bright, not dimmer. And if you chose night, then you could use those lights you're using for daytime to light those flames, hopefully. But again, it's a great photo. Again, props on the extreme set lighting. I just think a little bit of fine-tuning would have really sold this set and his pose.
Well, maybe we're looking at the pose the wrong way. Maybe there was a kid in this alley, and Peter just picked him up and yeeted him out of the frame.
Just threw him away from Hobgoblin. Exactly.
He was like, no, get away. I agree with everything you said. I think the lighting could have just been a little bit dimmer just because of the set. He does great work with the extreme sets. Him and Matthew Charles, because those things, you have not seen me shoot those in a long time for a reason. They are the worst to try and light.
Very
Everything's
difficult.
just glaring off of them, everything. But he's done a really good job with that. But I agree with you. I think it's really the running pose that's bothering me. I think if Spidey was like holding his stomach like he was injured,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that would have helped the hunch more.
Yep. I
So
agree
like,
with
oh my
that.
God, he's hurt and he's running. But yeah, I think just changing up the pose and dimming the set, because the flames actually don't look dim to me. I think it's just the set is bright. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like if this was darker behind Goblin, I think the flames would actually look pretty good.
Which
You know
I
what
do
I
agree
think
with
it
as well.
would pop more if the background was dimmer.
Yep, I definitely agree with that as well. And I think we can get into some favorites now. If you want to start,
Right.
Alex.
So I have no idea. Aiden, tell me how to pronounce this dude's name, because I have no idea. And
Let
it's
me
not. I'm not roasting
look.
him. I just don't want to
No,
butcher
yeah,
it.
yeah. I think it's just Ulysses, or like Ulysses, GRN. I think I don't know. It's hard.
Right. We're going to be reposting these on our Instagram at ShutterBugs Podcast, so you'll be able to see these that we're talking about. I just don't want to butcher the guy's name. That's why I'm not saying this. But he does fantastic Star Wars photos. These are the ones that I think I look at like stylistically I might be able to do myself, because Star Wars is very hard to shoot without the correct sets.
Yep.
And getting the correct sets is easy. It's very specific, so you're only going to be using it for Star Wars, really, bar like a few, like Tatooine. You might be able to fudge it for like a Uncharted photo or something like that. Like you know what I mean. But other than that, it's very specific. But that was going off topic a little bit. This shot is really excellent. So it's Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, and Plo Koon. Their lightsabers are ignited, and then they're just kind of lunging forward in this like dark cave-looking scene or whatever. It looks really good. I like the editing. One thing I really like is that a lot of people, when they do digital lightsabers, they don't edit the color onto the characters' faces. You know, like they'll just have a lit lightsaber, and then like there's no light emitting from it. So I like that. You know, you see the purple on Mace Windu's face, you see the green on Kit Fisto, you see the blue coming from Plo's lightsaber. So I actually really like that. I like the motion edits, but the lighting is stellar. I really enjoy it. These are all 3 Jedi that I want. They're not exactly a priority as far as purchases, because I don't know how I would shoot them. But I think this shot is really sick, and I love on Instagram. On his Instagram, you'll be able to see how simple the setup is. And it's just like a wall and like some rocks and like some lights. And I just think it just turned out really excellent.
Yep, I mean, I completely agree. And again, whether it's tangible or he edited it, I appreciate the touch of the light on their faces from the lightsabers. Because again, I will say, like, for example, he's a good friend, but Johnny Quick, when he does his photos, which he's been doing lately with Ahsoka and the final Clone Wars arc, he doesn't have any tangible or even edited light onto the figures. It's just on the sabers, and as cool as it is, it does take away from the realism and just the look of the shot, because there's no light particularly on those faces of the figures. So I love that. I love whatever aerosol or fog he's using. I think that came in beautifully for the atmosphere. Like you said, the motion blur on Plo Koon specifically, because he's the one lunging, looks great. I think he did a great job. I don't know if Kit Fisto's jumping or not, but the pose, at least for Kit Fisto jumping, it kind of like confuses me, because I don't know why he's jumping. But like in terms of like the staging of at least those 3, I think it works really well with Kit Fisto being that high up. I just don't know if he's supposed to be on a rock or if he jumped up there just for the picture.
I think he's jumping because there's a little bit motion near his leg. To me, it looks like you know how when you jump in Battlefront.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I imagine him do. You know, that really high force jump. That's kind of what I'm seeing.
Exactly. Which again, I dig.
But also, it doesn't really look like it needs to be part of the scene, but more so, it's just part of the image. You know what I mean? Like
and that's what I was
It doesn't really
thinking
seem
too.
like a scene as much as it does like a cool image.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like they're posing for a photo almost, rather than it's. And again, that's fine. For this, it works, because I think the layering of and the depth of Kit Fisto on the top, but behind, and then Plo Koon on the right side lunging, and Mace Windu just stationary. I think it works really well for the photo, for sure.
Yeah. Plus, I think it works for their characters too, because me and Brian were talking about how Mace Windu is like the most stoic person ever. Like he shows very little emotion.
Yep,
he just kind of stands there. So I actually like that he's doing that.
Yep, I agree. So yeah, dope photo, love it. The one I chose was in the grind group. It's by Toys Ain't Just for Tots. It's a mini mate photo. I think this is it from Walking Dead, Alex, or is this from Red Dead? I don't know which.
No, Walking Dead is a zombie show, bro. I don't
Well,
think
hey,
that's
there's still
Grimes.
there's humans in Walking Dead, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I want to say it's definitely an Old West shot. I want to say that that's Arthur Morgan from Red Dead.
Yeah.
But
I just
because
didn't know
it's
if
mini
that's-
mates, I can't tell if it's
Well,
actually supposed
exactly.
to be him.
I think it's a kit bashed figure. I just don't know of what, or if maybe it is a
Yeah.
release. But I didn't think Red Dead got any releases, so that's what I was wondering. But like, I know this is basically. It looks like it's supposed to be from Red Dead. That's what that triggers in my mind.
Yeah.
Whether the mini mate is it or not, but the scenery, first of all, is beautiful. I love his use of the flower, I think, for snow that he did. I love the two trees that are close to the camera. I love the thin like pine trees. I think everything's in scale beautifully. I think the atmosphere was amazing. I think the pose on the mini mate horse, which is hard to get, looks great. The pose on the mini mate itself looks great. I think this is just a great photo. I love the snow on the brim of his hat as well. Great touch.
Yeah, that's a great touch.
I think it would make a little more sense if it was snowing, but I still think it's like a great touch no matter what. Because it's obvious it was snowing for a bit. Maybe it stopped, or he just has snow on his hat because he was like in the snow. It doesn't matter. I think it still looks good.
Yeah, I love all the snow just on him in general. Like not even just on the hat, on his jacket, on his boots, on his
Yep.
on his pants, even on the horse. I really like that. When I look at this photo, this is the type of set that I'm like, this is what I want to do in 112 as far as my sets. Like this,
Yeah.
this looks excellent.
Yep, exactly.
Looks
I love
absolutely
this
excellent.
setup. So yeah, great job, Toys Ain't Just for Tots. And then just again plugging real quick, if you guys want to get your work featured on the ShutterBugs, the main way to do it is obviously tagging. We'll either choose it for critique, or sometimes it gets our attention for a favorite if obviously it's not already on our radar, which most likely it will be, but you never know. So please use the tag hashtag ShutterBugs_CC for I think it's just critique and what? I don't even know what the second C stands for. It's besides the
It's
point,
constructive critique.
Okay,
That's what it's
constructive critique. Thank you. But yeah, so please tag that with us, and we will be sure to look at and take those critiques into the podcast so you guys can see them.
Yeah, and just keep doing that because we like looking at the shots anyway. Even if we're not recording, I like going to the hashtag and like seeing like, oh, who's using the tag? Oh, wow, okay, so there's like we have 400 posts on this one tag. So I like seeing it still being used, even if we are mildly inconsistent.
Yep, exactly. Me too. Something that Finn brought up, which is crazy, or I think I brought up to Finn, is that it's been 2 years since we basically started this, and we're only at 21 episodes. Just not a great consistency, but it's we're getting better. We're trying, so that's what counts. But other than that, I think we'll just do plugs, and then we're good to go. So Alex, what do you got going on?
Meth. I've been through this, bro.
The plugs I want to hear is who is your dealer? That's really what we gotta know.
Who's my Walter White, my
Walter White.
You still have to watch Breaking Bad, bro. You would go nuts.
I do.
No,
I do.
Like you would go nuts.
My dad's seen all of it, and I
it's-
still haven't seen it, so I need to watch it.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, bro. I'm telling you, you would go nuts.
Okay, then I'm guessing that'll be up next, hopefully in the near future for binges. Then for sure. All right, awesome.
Sorry.
What else?
Oh my god. But yeah, this has been fun, dude. I'm sad Finn isn't here.
Exactly.
So that we can roast him as we outro.
Exactly, his normal outro.
And
which
his crappy outro. Be good people.
we will be changing the outro a little bit, everyone. So we'll probably
be changing it to get them drugs.
Get them drugs. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, it's been fun. Again, you can go to both of our Instagrams, Alex and Richardson, A1_Groundwalker, and Finn Aiden, to see what's going on with us individually.
Don't follow Finn Aiden. Don't.
Yeah, he doesn't need any more followers. I agree. I don't even
He
know
doesn't
why.
need any more followers. And block A1 Groundwalker. Block him.
You don't need to do that, but feel whatever. But thank you guys. Subscribe to this so you guys can obviously see our videos coming out daily. Go to the Apple Podcasts that we have, and go listen over there if you have an Apple product. And I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. See ya.
Peace.
All right, we ended it. Oh,
Oh, thank freaking God, man.